With Duncan on her project since midsummer.
We had an initial meet and greet in the beginning.
Eagle Scout, the most prestigious rank in Boy Scouts, and she wasn't even allowed to join until February of 2019.
Say quack quack. Come back! Come back, Duck! Come back! Come back! Someone is green! Someone is green! Someone is green!
Someone is green. Look at all those ducks.
Get in, little duckies! Get in, little duckies! Open it, guys. Should you open it? Open it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh, streaming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as if you couldn't tell by the number. I am your host, Patrick Jordan, and I want to thank you for welcoming us into your homes or mobile devices because we are here. We are alone. We are together. This is episode 140, I believe, of this little streaming
139.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Yeah, Pete says
139?
yeah, it's 139. I mean, who cares? We're splitting hairs at this point.
Did something
right?
happen? I mean, I could have sworn that last week. I don't know.
It can be 140 if you want it. Whatever.
I think this is 140. I might have made a typo when I was doing the promo footage today. Go back to what last Thursday was.
Good show, guys. Good show.
Good show. Hey, well, anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. We are Alone Together Pittsburgh. We started this show right when the shelter-in-place order came down from the governor last March, as you can tell by the numbers. I think we're in week 47, 45, 46. Help me on that one.
46.
Okay, we're on week 46, so do the math from when we started the show. We obviously can't.
We can't do it. We can crowdsource it. Audience members, we appreciate you being here, but help us out. Could somebody just go and look at the channel and count back 130, whatever? It doesn't matter. Who cares?
It really doesn't matter. But ticking below us is the Venmo for the show. If you want to support the guests that come on the show, the artists involved with the show on any given night, the money will go directly to them, even if you only give $1. That is our Venmo. It is also our PayPal. If you can't remember at Together PGH, you can just go to togetherpgh.com. That's our website. You can click on everything. It's all easy to follow. So thank you all for that. Here we are. We wouldn't be doing the show if it wasn't for this pandemic that's going on right now. I feel like we're being lulled into complacency, but I've been feeling that for about 8 months right now. But I say it every night. The new COVID cases in Allegheny County were as follows: 376 today. Is that lower than it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when the height of the Thanksgiving Day thing was at 1,500? Yes, it is lower, but and we're trending in the right direction. Yesterday was like 290, so it was under 300 yesterday. So that doesn't mean we should take our foot off the proverbial distanced gas. So keep on wearing your masks. Wear 2 of them if you can. Wear a lot of masks. Don't be a jag. Just put on a mask. Keep social distancing. Keep washing your hands. Bruce Springsteen agrees with me.
Put on a fucking mask.
That's him. It's like he's singing when he talks. So don't go against the boss, is what I always say. Couple other things going on tonight. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you tonight. Later on in the show, for Farm to Table, we've got Erin Hart and special guest. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. Jackie Page from Love Rocks Cafe is going to be here. They're going to talk about keeping it fresh, keeping it local, and how to support local restaurants. Speaking of local restaurants, we've got a fantastic guest coming up from Shado Beni, right? Ulric Joseph himself is going to be here. He's your favorite pop-up vegan Trinidadian food doubles maestro. He's going to be here talking with us. But before we get to that, I want to check in on Bunny Cam. Bunny is not in Bunny Cam, probably because Pete put like a light with the brightness of the sun pinpointed right at that poor dog's face. So Bunny's not there, but we will check in on Bunny later. We had some new animals and the sightings there too. Another animal sighting for an animal break that we haven't talked about. Dave, how is your facial hair holding up?
Pretty good, Patrick. I'm getting pretty comfortable in my tail, so to speak.
In case you didn't know, Dave shaved the monkey tail into his face for Friday night's show because of a challenge that was laid down for him on Thursday night's Bernie Meme-Off show. That's right. Before it was burned in old school and they jumped the shark, we had a Bernie Meme-Off last week. We had over 75 Bernie memes that did battle. And Dave, do you have a photo of yourself with this, or do you want to just show us the real deal, just to check on the progress? Oh, good. You look good. I think those pom-poms are letting... Oh, there you are, Dave. It's looking good, Dave. It's looking good. Actually, it's growing on me.
I'm going to tidy it up, Patrick, since you've committed to doing the pom-pom.
Okay, so I hadn't heard of the pom-pom, right? I didn't know. Marta told me that because Dave did that, I should shave the pom-pom, which is shave everything off except for these 2 white patches.
2 cute little poofs.
Two poofs.
Poof.
We'll check
like a dandelion exploding.
So I'm pretty much black everywhere except these 2 white patches. So everything that's a color not white is coming off. So I'm going to shave this down in here, everything off here, and just leave these 2 white puffs. So you be sure to tune in for Friday night show for that action. But before we get to our fantastic guests and the show, we're talking enough about facial hair here. We have a little in-show poll brought to you by Engine House 25 Winery. So if you go to eh25.com, you can find out the fine selection of wines that they have there. And if you tell them that you found out about them from Alone Together Pittsburgh, you'll receive $5 off per bottle of wine. You buy 100 bottles of wine, that's a lot of money if you add it up. And they also have some sweet merch. They've got about 8 or 9 different reds on any given day. The grapes come from everywhere from Napa to Chile, everywhere in between. They do all the artwork in-house. It also is home to the Roberto Clemente Museum, as you can see by some of those labels that they have there. So go to eh25.com, find out everything you can. They're doing free delivery during the pandemic, and they're also doing free curbside. If you're in the neighborhood, you want to pop in, they will put it right in the trunk of your car. You don't even have to get out of the car. You pay in advance. eh25.com. So our in-show poll, our little jag-off that we're talking about tonight, this one hits kind of home. We're not really, this is a serious question I'm asking because I do not know the answer to it. Dave, do you want to tell them what it is? Or I can.
This one's on me.
Okay, great.
I don't know why it's on me. No, take
I'll
me
do
out.
it.
I don't want to be on
I'll
this.
do it. I didn't know if Dave wanted to play the music and do the thing. Okay, great. Episode 140 or 39. Here it is, the little in-show jag-off. It's going on right now, folks. What's happening? What is your opinion? What do you think is going to happen? When will events, public events, be back in Allegheny County? Will it be the summer, the fall, or will it just be next year? What's your gut? We don't have the answer. I'm just trying to check.
Good riddance.
When can we put this behind us, in your guys' opinion? The voting is happening right now. For the people watching this live, you cannot vote if this is if you were chiming in if you're listening to the podcast audio only version tomorrow or later on tonight. So get your votes in, get them in right now. Pete, Dave, when do you guys think things are going to open up? What's your gut? Good.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like JB he's under promising such that he can over deliver. I think that's maybe the technique. What do you guys think?
I was feeling like we were in a good position. Things were moving and trending in the right way. I think it was being taken seriously. But I saw a doctor. Oh, Bunny's down with her back to that bright burning light. She's going to get a sunburn, Pete. But anyway, I saw a doctor saying yesterday that instead of the 1.5 million thing, it should be 3. So it's like, I don't know who to believe. I know it's chiming up now, but I also have noticed that people were kind of like feeling a little bit more lax. There's been a lot of planning. A lot of people are saying like events are happening in the summer. There's a lot of this coming out, and as of right now, they're in section 1A of the vaccines. It has been picking up quickly over the last week. Actually, it's been good, but it's also like turned into like looking for COVID shots for our parents is like our parents looking for Cabbage Patch Kids for kids like when we were kids. It's like so I'm constantly looking. I'm looking, trying to figure it out, and then the county website says, boom, hey, they've got doses here, and then within 3 seconds, you call in and they're sold out, or it's done, or there's confusion, or people.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah, so Beanie Babies, that had I think like Tickle Me Elmo. I mean, I think these were like the hot toys of the thing, but the Cabbage Patch Kids gets a thing here. Jackie Page is thinking next year. I don't know. I'm gonna say the fall, maybe winter. Maybe we can have some events.
I think some outdoor events are gonna return this summer.
Yeah,
but I think they're gonna be different than we, have had them before.
I would hope, but I mean, like, but certain well, we can get into this all day. What does Bunny think? Bunny,
what do you think? She's like, I don't want to even look.
Bunny
at you guys.
Bunny can't because her eyes will burn. She'll be like that guy at the end of Indiana Jones where his face melts off. I mean, that's basically what's going to look. She's
It's
like,
not that bright. It just looks that bright.
She's out of there, man. She's got a sunburn. Now she's rotating. Dave, way to go.
We have this.
Yeah, I mean, I did that and I was like, that was cheap and disgusting. I feel dirty for having thrown that stupid clip up. What is this? Get a life? What is this? What
I don't know. I thought you could pull up like when he opens the Ark of the Covenant. That would be more like keen. Oh, that works too. You're pretty good. All right. Well, anyway, like I said, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight, and let's just get to it right now. This Ulric is here with us tonight from Shado Beni. Dave and Pete have been talking about Ulric and the vegan food from Trinidad inspired that they've been talking about it, and especially they've been talking about doubles. So I would love to have him come on here, and I've got a lot of questions to ask him. Ulric, where are you?
Hey, I'm here.
All right, thanks so much for being here with us tonight, man.
No problem.
All right, so tell me a little bit about Shado Beni.
Well, Shado Beni is a Trinidadian vegan right now pop-up, but we was just approved for a loan to put the restaurant in. So we'd be located on the north side in 3 months.
Oh wow, that's coming up so fast. Where on the north side?
Yep. Well, it's right obliquely opposite the police station on Brighton Road.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. But in the meantime, for how long now have you just been doing pop-ups?
For about 2 years.
So it's been 2 years. You've got like cult status, right? So I can't believe it's taken us this long to get you on the show. Dave and Pete have been talking about it, and basically everything that you've got going there. Like they've got, look, there's some video.
Yeah, there's some video.
Creeping on you.
It's snowing.
Okay, so before we get into this, Shado Beni, where does the name come from?
So Shado Beni is the colloquial term for the seasoning that we use primarily in the foods. It's you all will know it as culantro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a lot more potent than cilantro.
Oh, nice.
And I found out recently that a lot of Central American people use culantro also. I didn't know that. I thought it was a Caribbean thing.
Right. Now, well, I didn't know. I'm learning everything
I learned
today.
something, yeah.
So I learned something today too. So are you personally vegan?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
And so everything you guys serve is vegan.
Yes.
So you can be confident if you go up there, everything on the menu is straight vegan. Okay.
Yeah, and I try to be very like strict about it because I know how people are about their eating and stuff.
I know too. So how did you now I know you have a background as an artist. You still are making art. You were teaching art. You actually I think you in the 2019 Three Rivers Arts Festival, you were a best of show winner for an art exhibition. So how did you go from the world of art and teaching to cooking?
So I will say I've always been cooking. When I was a kid, my mom she was a housewife, but she said she was dedicated to being a really good one. So she would show me how to cook, like not doubles, but she showed me how to make a lot of other stuff. Doubles is something I had to learn elsewhere, but yeah, it's something I did all my life. And when I was teaching in Baltimore, after a while, it just wasn't cutting it anymore. So I just kind of fell back on something else that I knew that I was capable of doing, and I loved. Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned doubles. Let's talk about doubles.
Okay.
Now break down the doubles for me, because this is when they've been talking my ears off about the doubles.
So it's like a taco size patty made with flour, and there's turmeric in it, and then there's curried chickpeas that you put inside, and you get two of the patties, and you put the chickpeas on the inside, and you put I make 4 different sauces. There's a tamarind sauce, what do you call it? A mango chutney, a hot pepper sauce, and what's the other one? Mango chutney, a hot pepper sauce, and I'm blanking on the other one.
It's all right.
Yeah.
A secret sauce. It's a secret sauce. The fourth.
Yeah.
One's
There's also a Shado Beni. There's also a Shado Beni sauce that I put on.
You might want to lead with that one. All right. So So you've got those 4 sauces. So okay. So typically, I mean, what Pete was saying is this was like the perfect vegan hangover food.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do people usually with the
consume
doubles?
it?
What's that?
Yeah. So in Trinidad, like you could have it for breakfast, and you will always see a doubles vendor around. A lot of people, it's really cheap. So a lot of people, if they're like, as kids going to school, if you're hungry and you have a couple extra dollars, you'd get one. But also it's really good hangover food, like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting something hot to eat when everywhere else is closed. So it actually it filled a lot of like holes back in the day, you know, and it does still.
Right. So I mean, so I noticed with some of the ingredients you're talking about, there's flavors of Indian food
Yes.
that comes into that now. Why is that happening in Trinidad?
Why is that happening? Because Trinidad, unlike what a lot of people know about the Caribbean, Trinidad, our colonial past, we were settled by the British, and the British, I guess, didn't really like to do work themselves, so they got you know, the Africans. But when slavery was abolished, they still didn't want to do the work, so they decided to go to another colony, which is, you know, India was one of their colonies. And they brought a lot of Indians over, but Trinidad and Guyana were two of the islands Guyana is not an island, but Trinidad and Guyana were two of the spots where they would like test it out. And if it didn't work, then or if it did work, then they would send it up the other islands. So the Indians, when they came over, they died out from malaria or something like that. So that's why in Trinidad and in Guyana, we have a very large population of Indians. We actually, half of the country East Indian is of East Indian descent.
Amazing. All right. See,
Yeah.
I'm learning so much here.
That's why when I'm in the farmers markets, I ran into a girl from Guyana who actually saw the food and said it reminded her of home because their foods are very similar to ours.
Amazing. So another thing that you've got going there would be sea moss.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about sea moss. Okay, how is it good for you? Sea moss punch. Pete's putting sea moss in his smoothies.
Yeah.
Dave's buying sea moss. They've been sending me pictures of sea moss.
Yeah. So in Trinidad, sea moss is seen as a health food. So like, I know a lot of people who will be going to work in the morning and they would just take sea moss with them for extra vigor. It also it's thought of to make men a lot more virile, you know. So like you'd have guys wanting to drink sea moss just before they go hang out and stuff like that.
So that's why Dave's been drinking.
I can't speak for Dave, but what I can say is it actually it's very healthy for you. It has a lot of like nutrients, vitamins and stuff. And sometimes back home or in Trinidad, we would mix it with linseed to give it like added like vitamin B and stuff like that. But really and truly, what we do is we make a gel from it. It comes directly on the beach. It washes up and people collect it in certain areas of the country. And then you have to clean it and you make it into a gel like what you're seeing on the screen. And then from that, you could just use spoonfuls and put it in your in your smoothies and different things like that. But when I make it to sell as a punch, I use fresh oats and I use the sea moss and I use nutmeg and a little bit of sugar. So I kind of make a ready to go punch from it. But you could also get the gel.
All right. Yeah. I need to get in on this. So, all right. So speaking of which, so you're 3 months from having your own brick and mortar location, right? But you're still doing pop-ups in the meantime.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you going to be in the near future?
So every other Saturday, we usually do the Bloomfield market. And the Saturdays that we're not doing the Bloomfield markets, we are outside of Commonplace Cafe on the north side. On Friday nights, we're starting to do the 412 Brewery in the north side on Western Avenue.
Okay.
So I'm trying to I also do Allegheny Brewery, but it's kind of, that one is a lot more spotty. Like there's certain days that I pick from, but I try to stay within the north side and support, the north side community because I think it's important that we support one another. Especially
because you're a member now. I mean,
you're
laying down roots.
I try to buy, when the farmers markets are running, I try to make sure that all my ingredients are bought locally. So the pies that I make, like the what do you call it? Butternut squash that's in it, that kind of stuff. I try to buy it locally.
That's fantastic, man. That's a big thing of what we're talking about later on in the show. If you're bored, you want to chime back in, you can. But before we keep talking here, so So are you still going to keep going to doing some pop-up stuff once you have the brick and mortar? Or are you just going to put all your forces into that restaurant?
No. So the plan is I may just keep doing the Squirrel Hill Farmers Market.
Okay.
Because they've just been good to me. And it's a really good market. And I feel like there's a level of camaraderie that I've developed amongst the other, sellers and stuff like that. So that I don't want that to go away.
Right. And what about the packaging that you're using?
So I try to everything I use is compostable. It's difficult all the time to get everything compostable, because when you go down to some certain small sizes, I don't know, like compostable don't really work.
You're too late. Yeah.
Right. So the packs that I use, these are all compostable. So you could say it's made out of plants. And what I do with the restaurant and with the pop-up, we work with Worm Return, and she picks up all of our compostable material and she turns it back into compost and she sells it.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
She has a set of worms, seriously, that actually turns it right back into so I just think it's the little things you could do for the community or for the air we breathe, the earth.
Jackie Page says she can help you find compostable items. She's coming on the show next.
Great. Because I'm still kind of like in the early stages of that. I know some companies are coming on and people are doing more stuff, so I'm always willing to learn.
Ulric, it seems like you've got a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
With the restaurants, the pop-ups, every step of the way. You've thought of everything. How are you balancing, your art side, your artist side? Are you still making art?
Yeah, I am. It's weird because I always tell people the other stuff is what I worry about. Making art is not the problem,
Right.
I always get into my studio. My problem is when I was spending 8 hours driving to Baltimore, I was cutting down on that time, and that's when it starts getting serious. But I'm working with Casey Drogi Productions right now to put on a show of this new body of work that I've been working on for about 2 years now. And it's
amazing.
it's based on the riots and just the whole feeling about being Black in the U.S.
I can't wait.
It's some heavy stuff, and it's hard to do it because you go through a lot of emotions and stuff like that. But I feel it's the stuff that balances me. So it's not hard. It's not hard making the food and making the art, because as long as I get to make the art, doing all the rest, I'll have a smile on my face.
Well, all right. Well, to tie back in, I know you won the 2019 Three Rivers Arts Festival. Do you think there's going to be an arts festival this year, like in person? Do you think there's going to be?
But it's crazy because everything was canceled. I was in a show. I was supposed to be in a show in Boston last year, and that got canceled. And I just don't know what's the future of this idea of going into enclosed spaces as big groups anymore. How is that going to work?
How's not wearing a mask going to happen again?
Exactly. And it's at a point where I think people are kind of figuring it out. One of the good things I would say is that it's kind of pushed people online, and it's made art sales and art consumption online a lot more viable. Because before, everybody felt you had to be standing in front of something, and I think people are realizing now that when you're forced to do it, you kind of have to do it.
and now that everybody's online, we were talking about this earlier, everyone does about 2 or 3 Zoom meetings a day.
Yeah.
But somebody's inevitably still on mute when they start talking. But people we'll pick that up eventually.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got some people chiming in here. More people can see it. Ellen Mansueto says your food is your art. I'll agree with that. But
Thank you.
But there's always so much more. There's a whole other side to this guy. Yeah. Jackie's talented to meet you. Tara Mays, can't wait to try it. Well, anyway, so once again, where are you going to be next?
So next we're gonna be we'll be around on the north side. We're gonna be by Commonplace Cafe on every other Saturday.
Gotcha.
We'll also be in Bloomfield on the Saturdays. We're not in Commonplace, and then by 412 Brewery and Allegheny Brewery. So
All
we'll
right.
be just look on our Instagram account and we'll put everything up.
All right, that sounds good. And Squirrel Hill, of course. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Before we let you go, Dave, do we have a little video of someone showing us how to eat a double?
Yeah, because it's actually an art form. If you don't eat it properly, you can make a big mess.
All right, so let's check a few ticks of this.
Okay.
If we can get that pulled up. Dave's going for it right now.
This is a hot one. This is like I said. This is like when you figure out how to eat a slice of New York style pizza. It's kind of thing. There's a whole different world opens up unto you. Hang on, it's coming up now.
While he's doing that, take your pick. Do you think live events will happen on next year? No, we'll talk about it later. He got it cooked up.
Yeah.
And today I'm going to teach you how to eat a doubles. So first and foremost, you have your doubles. You want to make sure you're relaxed. And so basically, you're going to have your doubles in one hand and you're going to have your other hand free. The other hand should be a stronger hand. So if you're right-handed, your right hand. If you're left-handed, your left hand. In this case, I'm right-handed, so my right hand. And what you're going to do is, so you have 2 barra. You're going to use 1 barra as the scoop. It's basically the scooping technique you're going to apply here. So you use the first barra. So you see all the channel, everything is on the other barra using this first barra. And you're just scooping. You're just scooping right there. You turn over after you scoop. So you keep everything in the barra and you eat. And just go back for some more after. Same scooping technique.
This is well.
You gotta make sure after you scoop, you turn over so you keep it in the barra. And so while you're eating doubles, your hands will get messy, but that's part of it, that's part of the experience. So with this second barra, you're just gonna basically close it, because most times everything will already be in that barra, all the chana, all your sauces. So you just close it, and you can also just scoop up whatever excess you have on your paper.
I'm
Scooping.
sold.
Gotta learn the
technique.
scoop.
The scooping technique.
All right. Well, I cannot wait to come out and check out your stuff, man. I'm a fan of turmeric to begin with, but
All right.
I'm looking forward to this. The guys have been bragging on you for the whole time that they've made it, and I haven't. So
Thanks for
I will
having
see
me on, man.
Oh, please come back, and when you guys are getting ready to open the brick and mortar shop, please come back.
Definitely.
And tell us about it. And if your art show's getting ready to pop off, please come back
Yeah.
anytime
Yeah,
you
I'll
want.
hit you guys up. I'll let you all
Standing
know.
invitation. Thanks, Ulric. And everybody, check out Shado Beni. Go to their Instagram right now, Shado Beni 412. You will find everything you need. They update it all the time.
All right.
Thanks so much, Ulric. Good luck
Bye.
with everything, man. All right. Before we bring out our next guests, Dave, just check it in. How's the voting going? Pete, how's the voting going? Pete's probably just like eating the sea moss jelly right now. It's all coming together, or not.
Not even in the system right now. I have no idea. Here's some bunny camp for you, Patrick.
The poor
Give
bunny
the
with that
people what
bright
they
light.
want.
How's
We
the
know where our
voting?
bread is buttered.
How is the voting going?
I don't. I'm waiting for a report on that. We better check
All right,
in a little later on
we'll
that.
check in on that. Well, anyway, keep voting. Do you think summer? Do you think fall? Do you think next year? Or do you think good riddance? I guess are the 4 options. But anyway, moving along here. I'm excited. It's Wednesday night, so you know what that means. That's right. We're going to keep it fresh. We're going to keep it local, and we're going to talk farm to table or FarmToTablePA.com. Tonight, we've got not 1, but 2 special guests. Yes, we've got the amazing Aaron Hart, but we also have, coming back on the show for the second time, like spitting fire, ready to go, we have Jackie Page from Love Rocks Cafe. Welcome back. There, oh, look at those glasses. Jackie, how are you? Welcome back to the show. Aaron, how are you?
Hi.
So now it's turning into ladies' night.
That's right.
Yes, it's ladies' night, and I'm feeling right. Oh, this is ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Okay,
Oh,
Patrick. Go
well,
ahead.
with those glasses, you can sing anything you want. It just makes perfect sense. So, so Aaron, I mean, I know we've got Jackie with Love Rocks Cafes fully functional, but tell me what's happening.
Well, we're really excited about what's happening with a lot of restaurants in town. That was great to hear about Ulric's restaurant that's opening, and it's amazing to me that people have been able to, grow brand new businesses during this time since last March. So Jackie and we've known each other for a long time. We met each other at various places over the years. So we worked together a lot this year.
Let's be clear. Yeah. I stalked her because I was fascinated with the farm to table model, and before I even got my culinary degree, I was going to school. I was working for Olive and Marlowe.
Oh yeah.
And Heather asked me would I come and do tabling at Farm to Table. So, of course you get a break and you walk around, and I saw how all this local stuff was, and I was like, who is putting this together? But like that year I didn't find out. And then I went on to work with 412 Food Rescue. And then that's how I actually met Aaron, because I did a food demo with 412 Food Rescue.
Okay.
And it's been like, so the next year, it's funny because I did something. Oh, I had a stage thing where I did Jackie Kennedy catering. So I did my Ugandan meatballs and my mac and cheese, which was, my mac and cheese is, if legendary. You haven't had it, you have to find out about it. But from there, it started off as work, but then it turned into this really amazing friendship that now I don't care if I ever work with her again. If I lose her as a friend, I would be devastated.
Understood.
That's my boo.
Got you.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So so now we've got the backstory, the origin story of this pairing. All right. So Aaron, you were talking about different restaurants being able to navigate and get things going at this time, and you've been doing, and Farm to Table PA has been really helping and shining a light on a lot of things and working it. But Jackie, Love Rocks Cafe is back.
We reopened on the 11th of January, even though that we had scaffolding and they were putting in a new ceiling. I was like, I got to come to work because this is it. This is the only job. Like some people, entrepreneurial path goes while they're working another job. I quit my job to do this a few years ago, the catering part, because it got to be so much that I couldn't work.
Right.
And this now is it. Like if this doesn't work, I can't imagine working for somebody else again. So I bust my butt. Yeah, I go down that cafe. If I sell 3 meals a day, I'm down there if you come.
All right, so that'll be on your resume. We got some photos here, and I like.
Those are my kids. That's my daughter and my son-in-law. They come and help me sometimes.
Well, that's great. That's great. And Aaron, what else is going on?
Well, so what's great about the restaurants, not only are they open for like foot traffic, and a lot of like so many people are doing great takeout, they're also making these contract meals for large groups of people. So people who normally couldn't afford to get takeout, that often are getting nice meals with and it always comes with it's always like chicken and rice and green beans and a roll. So it's like a nice dinner that you would get and it's all the food that these restaurants are making. Well, like Jackie said, like meatballs and mac and cheese. I mean, it's it helps people. Yes. So these are some of Jackie's. So Jackie was making meals for kids. So it's not just, that's meatloaf, mashed potato. Yeah, exactly. The green beans and the roll. See, I told you.
It's like we planned this ahead.
I hadn't seen these pictures, I swear.
It's okay if you did. It makes us look good if you did.
We did this 3 days a week, and they got meals, breakfast and lunch. 3 days a week, I would go and I would cook it, and then I would pack it, and then I would load. Well, I didn't have a car then, so my girlfriend would come, and then we would take it to the housing plan, and we would walk through the housing plan and knock on the doors and give them to the families that needed them. But what ended up happening, which was strange, was not strange so much because it makes sense. Like, I have a grandson, so sometimes he's at my house, so I cook for him when he's here. So that would be the case in some of these households where we didn't count the children that were visiting grandma or going to grandma's after school because mom and dad were at work or whatever the situation was. So we started bumping up the amount of meals that we would send or that we would take, and give out more meals than we actually were funded to do. But for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. I make a profit. So I didn't have a problem with spending some of that profit in the thing that I believed in, which is my ultimate goal. Like this, my being in restaurants is not to get rich, or I want to feed people. I want people to have good, healthy food. And I could have opened a restaurant probably in a different part of town, but McKees Rocks was one of those places that needed somebody like me to come in and provide something besides pizza and hoagies and, just whatever. And so I wanted to, and the kids were so excited about seeing the meals. They were happy. Now, this is not a meal that came. That was lamb chops.
I was going to say, all right, I'll
take that. Lamb chops. But I just really wanted to, and even still now, like I'm still like my contract is not the same as it was, and not the same as some of the ones I had. It's changed, and it ebbs and it flows. But right now I'm doing 25 meals for McKees Rock CRC on Tuesdays, and then on Fridays I do 40 family meals, which feed 160 people. And I deliver those to the food bank in Hayes Manor. And when the people come and get their regular food bank meal, they take away a prepared meal from Love Rocks Cafe.
That's great. And are you guys still open for takeout in the meantime?
We're back open. And on Monday, we'll be back open for dine-in because everything is going to be out the way, and takeout and curbside. Because I'm getting 10,000 steps a day if y'all help me.
So that's why you should get the curbside takeout, just to get Jackie walking.
Curbside, because I need the steps.
And what else, Aaron? I'm sorry.
Now I think this is where if you want to have people like Jackie in Pittsburgh and in McKees Rocks, I mean, spend your money at local restaurants and local businesses, because that's what we can do as, people that are consumers. And you look at what's happening with the stock market and all these publicly traded companies. I mean, imagine if we had the kind of passion. You see these Amazon trucks driving around, and it's if we had that passion for local, it would just make our community that much stronger.
And the other thing is, I'll take it one step even further. When you're talking about supporting local restaurants, yes, of course, but especially the local restaurants who are supporting local farms, getting everything they're sourcing all their stuff locally. That's a bonus right there.
And working with the housing authorities and the people that live in housing. I mean, I hear people say all the time, people have, SNAP benefits have been increased. People have food. Yeah, they might have boxes of ingredients, but they don't have meals. And what Jackie's doing and what these restaurants are doing and making meals, it's like this love that goes into the food by these professionals. I mean, it's like beautiful, delicious, healthy food. It just gives people a break because we're all stressed out right now. And this kind of food gives people just like a sigh, like, oh, this is so good.
And here's the thing too. Can you imagine, because I'm lucky enough to have a 27-year-old and a 24-year-old. So I didn't have to worry about the online schooling part. But I think what is so beautiful is I can imagine the relief of a mother, like when they get these meals, even if it's once a week, or like at the one place where I was doing 3 times a week and it's 2 meals, 2 meals every time. When they don't have to prepare meals, they can get the kids up and get the meal out the refrigerator. It's ready, and they have to basically microwave it or warm it up however they warm it up. And they feed the kids, and that's a burden off of their soul because,
oh God,
I remember, because there's not a lot of background on me, but if I'm being honest about my life, I've gotten food stamps. I've been without things that I've needed for my children as I struggled to get where I was trying to go. And I know how important it is for your community to support you as you get to where you're trying to go, and I have been blessed to have a good, my family was like my biggest support. My sister, which you both know, or whoever's listening knows, my sister died of cancer. It'll be 6 years ago in April. And she found out she was stage 4 and passed away 15 months later. And part of her issue for me was I didn't think she ate healthy enough. And she used to say to me all the time, you and your kids are so thin. And well, she was an international banker. She did a lot of eating out, her kids and her husband, and they were overweight. So it drove me crazy when I went in. This is really how I got to not wanting to be just a restaurant, but to be a support to the community. As I saw a young mother in the grocery store, and she was shopping, and she had like 2 kids with her, and everything she had was in a bag, a box, or a can. Mm-hmm. She hadn't even got fresh fruit or fresh vegetables or, like chicken. She had chicken nuggets. Like, it blew my mind to think that what those kids, because healthy food make healthy kids, their brains are better. They feel better. Everything about them is better when they have healthy food. So if I can play a small part in seeing that kids get healthy food whenever they get it, and I can provide it, or like, I want to, well, we'll talk about that in a minute, because you were going to ask me a question, weren't you?
No. Go keep talking.
Remember the question from earlier.
I don't remember. We've moved on to something else.
Are you drinking, Patrick?
I'm actually drinking water out of a jar here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's not even plastic. See, because they've talked me. I'm drinking.
So you're a good guy.
I am now a good guy.
With your reusable bottle.
I'm using a reusable bottle. I don't mess with plastic anymore. We don't have any bottled water here. I have a Berkey filter. I'm on my way.
so wonderful.
I recycle. I go to Construction Junction 3 times a week. I'm putting stuff in all the recycle bags. I'm trying.
That's because you can't go anywhere else.
So true.
Well, that's true. So what are the hours at Love Rocks Cafe, Jackie?
Love Rocks Cafe's hours are Monday through Friday, 10 to 4. But I'm going to Tampa.
Okay.
So I'll be closed next. So I'll be open I'm open every day from 10 to 4, but I'm going to Tampa on Thursday and I won't return until Tuesday.
Okay.
I have some business to take care of in Tampa.
It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with like the Super Bowl, does it? All right. Well, that's cool. So everyone at home, if you can, please support Jackie to get her 10,000 steps a day. Get curbside from Love Rocks Cafe until the thing opens. So get that going. Aaron, is there anything else that people should look for this weekend?
Just, whatever you guys say, wear masks, hold on to, like, you're going to get your vaccine. So we're next 6 to 9 months, my Love Rocks Cafe mask. Exactly.
But the vaccine's coming.
Stay outside. We, farmers markets will be coming back. CSA sales are going to be starting up. So you could subscribe to a farm. There's farms you can buy from now. Emerald Valley, Harvey Farms. They've been on. We'll keep having them come back.
I'd love that. I'd love that. They're fantastic.
Yeah,
they're great guests.
And Patrick, you're going to have me back on.
Okay.
I'm just because I have the announcement to make another day.
Oh, you're dangling a carrot for everybody here. Okay, so when the announcement gets made. Just so you know, we will sound the alarm.
Yes,
Jackie Page is coming back.
Yep.
And it's happening. Okay, that sounds good. Sarah is saying amazing, ladies.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, boo. What you cooking over there, girl? Because you be doing it.
Well, I want to thank you guys both for being here tonight. And before I let you go, if you want to chime in on the in-show poll that's going on right now,
I already voted.
Okay, all right. Well, do you want to share your vote, or you want to keep your vote private?
I said 2022.
Okay, well now we know.
I mean, my birthday is in April, so I'm having like a socially distant backyard situation.
You're already planning it. We're chiming in here. Okay, so we've got 6 people say 2022. 5 people are saying summer, and 15% are saying fall. All right. Okay.
Nobody says good riddance because it's not like
that. I guess I don't even know if anybody.
Said fall.
I mean, I'm hoping fall.
In person, I think it's different if you say outside. I think.
Yeah, because we're gonna do Fresh Fest. And
it'll be outside.
We're gonna be outside in August.
The Common Garden show is happening this April. As it's on the books right now. The convention center is having events in the convention center.
They're not. They're on the books to have them. They were on the books in March. Yeah. It's like, are they going to keep them? That's the thing. I'm nervous.
By March 1st.
I'm nervous about April. Right. I am feeling better about Fresh Fest in August. Right?
Me too.
Outside,
because it's outside, and there will be distance.
Oh, I did not even send this. There's Jackie. I took that picture.
That was Fresh Fest.
Dave scours the web.
Jackie's
he's the best in the business. Dave Mansueto. He can find pictures. Before we say goodbye to you guys, what do you think of Dave's facial hair? Should he keep it?
Wow.
It's Dave. Dave, come out here and Dave, show it to Jackie and Aaron. They weren't here when you popped on before. It's a monkey tail.
Oh, I love it. Listen, let me tell you, I already think he's as cute as he can be.
He's hilarious.
So I'm okay with him playing with his facial hair. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
If you like it, you should keep it.
I'm putty in your hands, all of you.
It's his voice. His voice is the thing, and then Go ahead, baby.
It's good. I tell you what.
You're hooking me right in. You're hooking me right in.
That's what that tail does. It's like a lasso. It kind of wraps around you and gets it going. And as you as you guys know, what's that seaweed stuff that they were talking about?
I got a jar in my refrigerator.
The sea moss jar. You know, Dave does a whole jar a day because he wants to be vibrant.
Wow.
So it's
viral,
not just the facial hair.
Didn't he said viral? I mean viral, right?
Dave's strong like bull. I'm guessing with that facial hair.
He's probably bulling on somebody already.
Well, Mrs. Mansueto, it's probably true if you're watching. But sorry you had to find out about your son this way. Yeah, it's okay. You didn't know Ellen Mansueto is Dave's mom. But she's probably proud. She's proud right now. Anyway, you got it here, folks. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Check out
great work. I didn't really know she was really watching. I apologize.
It's okay. But anyway, thank you. Check out Jackie, Love Rocks Cafe. Aaron, you go to the website, FarmToTablePA.com. You can find out everything from CSA's boxes, who's doing what, where the farms are, how to get your stuff. And it's like a touchstone for buying fresh and buying local. So thank you guys very much. And Aaron, we'll see you next week. Jackie, we'll see you. Hopefully you get your 10,000 steps and make it back from Tampa in one piece.
Oh, listen, I'm going to be okay.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much for being with us, guys.
All right, baby. Love you.
We'll love you too.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. All right. So all right, great. That's wrapping up a great show. Be sure to check out the website there, FarmToTablePA.com. Find out about keeping it fresh, keeping it local. We're wrapping things up right now. We're calling this we're going to call this the show. We're going to say that the bulk of people are thinking that things are going to be open. Not a slim majority would be the spring. So that's something positive that you guys are confident. We're only going to make it if you keep wearing your mask, keep that going. Bunny, what do you think? Oh, Bunny's pupils have been totally adjusted to that super bright light. Look at that poor little dog's tiny little pupils. But anyway, okay, so it's looking 2022 is taking the lead. I take it back. Okay, so 2022 is I think that's safe money right there. The bet is on there. I'm hoping we can get this thing licked. But I don't know. I'm just cautious. I'm not cautiously optimistic. I'm kind of cautiously pessimistic. I don't know. I haven't figured this out yet. I just want everyone to get their vaccine. But in the meantime, the mask is the best way to combat COVID and get us through this. Don't get lulled into complacency. We're here tomorrow. Please tune in for the show because it's going to be hot. It's Thursday. We've got Kate Romaine. Pete Spinda, are you in the system?
I'm here.
Tell everybody about our second guest that's going to be here tomorrow. Very excited.
We've got Rich from Civil War Pittsburgh. He's going to talk about some upcoming things that Civil War Pittsburgh's working on with Visit Pittsburgh and tell us a little bit about Pittsburgh's Civil War history.
Boom. We're going to.
I didn't even know we had a Civil War history. So,
see, I did, but I don't know it very well.
No, Rich is interesting. He did a talk at 25 Carrick last year. We did a dinner where it's a Civil War themed dinner, but he spoke and there were a bunch of presenters from soldiers and sailors, and it was cool.
What was the food?
Was
it Civil War themed food? Was it just like, because in my imagination it's just like stuff, like the slapping on a plate.
Yeah, it was like
stuff trying not to get scurvy.
It was like a stew. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
Too bad Danielle's not here tonight because she organized the event, but it was good.
Cool. All right,
it was
great.
Like stew and cornbread. I don't know.
So that's
maybe
tomorrow.
you can talk about it tomorrow.
All right, so that's tomorrow. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody, all our guests from the show tonight. Please check out Shado Beni, Love Rocks Cafe, and hit up FarmToTablePA.com. I think it's time to wind things down, Pete. Unless there's anything else I'm missing. All right.
I don't really want to talk about something.
No, I've been talking for an hour. I think everybody's had enough of me. But in the meantime, I will say this: would I be wrong if I don't throw it to Sally Wiggin, or should I throw it to Batman?
Bunny, what do you think? Bunny, what do you think?
Okay, Bunny's thinking.
She's like, I'm out of here. The show's over.
All right, I guess we're gonna go Sally Wiggin.
When I walk out and there's someone without a mask and they come too close to me, I'm just racked with fear, and then I want to punch them in the face.
Keep wearing a mask. Dave, keep that monkey tail. Pete, keep that hair coiffed. Bunny, just keep chilling. Just keep chilling.
She takes it easy for the rest of us.
What are you saying there, Dave?
I'm trying to point at the sweet dog, but I can't figure out how to make my thumb point in the right direction. You guys help me out?
You should just make her big and make us small.
But you've been drinking all that sea moss. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Trixie's sending us out tonight. We're back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay distant. Wash your hands. Keep your distance. And wear a mask. Thank you. We'll be back.
Bunny? Bunny.
Show's
Bunny
over.
Lebowski?
Is she sleeping on your drug rug? Leave that dog alone.
That's the other dog messing with Bunny, right? Oh, yeah.